Hi, hello everyone. Thank you for coming to join me. I'm in between projects. I've just finished off my Alice in Wonderland, the Entirely Bonkers journal, and I'm at a bit of a creative low at the moment. I don't know what I want to do next. My ideas seem to be they've gone away. They've gone on holiday for a bit. So I thought I'd just have a little play and do a few pages or a few of the prompts with the Margrete Miller challenge. I haven't done any since I was with you last. Um, I think that was the last one that I did. It's a long time since I've done it. I really do struggle with these. It takes me ages to think of what to do. So I had only got as far as number 6. Yeah, I've put a little number on it. So that was number 6. So number 7 is something that squeaks or honks, a cake, a pair of something, something torn, a maths symbol, and the bonus is pattern paper. So I have had to think about what I want to do. So I'll bring you along and show you what I'm doing. So the things that I've got are a pair of something. I've got a pair of clowns. I think that counts, pair of clowns. Something that squeaks or honks. I've got mice. They could be rats, could be mice. A math symbol. Well, that's a math symbol, and I'm going to put the number 7 on it. So they're math symbols. I've got a cake. I've got pattern paper. That's Tim Holt's tissue paper. And I've just got some pattern paper. I didn't know if it meant like sewing pattern tissue paper or pattern paper. So I'm going to use artistic license on that one. So I'll show you what I'm doing. I put the backgrounds down first, I think. And you'll have to excuse me, I've got terrible hiccups today. I don't know why. I must be. My dad used to say it's because you're thriving. Well, I don't feel that I am. I feel quite lost, actually, that I've got no ideas in my head at the moment. But I guess it doesn't hurt to have a little break once in a while. We're actually away this next week. I think I'll put it, don't think, is there a right and a wrong? I don't know. I'm going to put it this. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to put it this way. We're actually away next week. I'm recording this. Well, actually, I'll be away when you see this because I'm trying to do a couple of videos to go out while we're away. We're going walking into Derbyshire. The weather looks as if it's not going to be very kind to us, but isn't that just always the way when you go away? It is with us. Always is with us. I haven't glued that bit very well, look. I haven't glued that bit very well at all, it seems. And that's just the way that I seem to be going at the minute. Things just don't seem to be going my way. I've got a few things that I want to try out. And I might do a couple of hinge books or tag books. I just don't know. I really just don't know. Then I'm going to have that at the bottom. So we've got the math symbol there. I'm trying not to look too hard at what other people are doing because I'm kind of easily influenced. I guess a lot of people will have used mice, but I'll explain to you in a little minute why I'm going with mice. If I can remember. No, I can. Just joking. Oh, it's here. So when I was a little girl, all those years ago, we used to go to the fair. So in Nottingham, where I lived, that's Goose Fair. And we used to go to the fair. And they used to have different sideshows at the fair. And one of those sideshows was Mouse City. And I loved it. And all that it was a couple of really flimsy wooden buildings that had glass in front of them that were full of mice. And the mice used to go in and out the buildings. And so that's what I was thinking when I saw this. I don't know why 2 little clowns reminded me of it, but it did remind me of going and seeing the little mice. So that's what I thought I would go with. I think I'm going to put that there and my cake there. And I want the children stood next to the cake. Yep. So I'm going to put this one down next. I don't know why, it always used to intrigue me. And they had little wheels, and they had a little fair inside their little mouse town, I think it was called. It must have been a really cheap sideshow to put on, because mice, you know, when you've got one mouse, you've got lots of mice, haven't you? I don't like sticking tissue paper down. It always crinkles. Never mind. This is only for me, isn't it? Yeah, my mum didn't like it because she said the mice smelt. I just thought mice were cute. Now this little fella, I think I want him peeking over the cake. So I'm going to try and stick him to the cake. Do I want him about there? I want his little nose peeking over there. So I'm going to put some glue on. Oopsie, way too much glue, Carol. Just try and glue him onto this. I've been really enjoying the person that I am watching doing these Margrete Miller challenges is, oh, just one moment. Sorry, I had a really big sneeze come in. I didn't want to scare you all. The person that I am watching doing these Margrete Miller challenges is Barbie from Nellie and Ruth Designs. And she just cracks me up. She absolutely cracks me up. She's got such good ideas. I've really been enjoying what she's doing. And she's up to speed. I mean, I'm on number 7. And I think they're up to about week 14, so I am way behind. This, I don't know if you can see, it says Great Central Fair, and that's what reminded me. I'm going to put that on, of my childhood. So it's a Great Central Fair, although Goose Fair, I don't think it's much of anything these days, to be fair. So I'm just going to put that on there. So it's a Great Central Fair. And I'm going to stick my mice on, my little mouse, because I don't think there's anything else that's going to go behind him. So he's peeking out over the cake. I mean, to be fair, it must have been a bit smelly in the mouse town, because mice aren't the cleanest of animals, I don't think, are they? But there you go, I was a little girl and I always thought they were dead cute, so... I think I was the bane of my parents' life. I'd bring anything home if I found it in the street, you know. Stray kittens. I think I'm going to stick these people on there. Something like that is what I think I want to do. Yeah. Shall I just put a bit of glue on that mouse's foot, because I want those two mices together. I never had mice as a child. I wasn't allowed them. I had guinea pigs, and they lived outside. My dad made a run for them in the shed, and then in the summer they'd go out in a run on the garden. Thought we'd got 2 lady guinea pigs. Turns out we'd got a lady and a man, so we ended up with lots of guinea pigs, which I thought was nice, but my parents didn't. And actually I did get mice because, oh look, squashed his tail, because the field mice in the winter used to come in and join the guinea pigs in the shed, because it was free food and warm, wasn't it? And I would never tell my dad when I mean, he knew, he wasn't daft, but I would never say to him, oh Dad, the mice are back in the shed. And then one day my mum was in bed reading a book one evening, and there was an almighty squeal, and as they do, the mice had decided that inside the house looked nicer than inside the shed. And as she was reading her book laid in bed, one of the mice ran along the picture rail and fell off onto her book. So needless to say, the mice were summarily evicted. So that's my number 7. I did have a number 7. Oh, there we go. I'm going to put a number 7 on there. I didn't want to put the Margrete Miller prompts actually on the pages. which is why I'm just going to put numbers so that you can I can refer back, or somebody else can refer back and just see what it was I was doing. So that is number 7. Oh, and I've just realised I've made a right boo-boob, because I've left a blank page, haven't I? Oh, Carol, what a silly nana. I've left a blank page. Anybody know why I did that? Answers on a postcard, please. Right, so I'm not going to panic. I'll do them out of order in this one. So the next one that I want to do is number 8. So number 8 was something that has a plug. Can't remember what I did for these. Something that has a plug, a house, a photo of your family or a family member, a piece of a letter or a postcard, stitching, real, drawn or stamped, and the bonus is cursive. So I took it that was like cursive writing. I am annoyed I've done that. What a nana. Never mind. I'll do this one here next to the mice, because maybe I've subconsciously thought, and this is why I've done it wrong. The reason that I want to put the mice next to this is because the photo that I'm using is of my mum and dad. So I think subconsciously I wanted to put Mouse Town next to mum and dad. So what have I got for this? I've got a house that I need to finish tearing out. This is just an image that I found on the internet. So there's a house. So I've got a house, I've got part of a letter or postcard, and I've got some stamps. A plug. My mum has actually, she orders plant, I get this right, plant plugs. And when I was there the other day, she was ordering her plant plugs for the garden. She orders things like begonias and geraniums and things like that. So that is a plant plug rather than an electric plug. That's what I thought. It just reminded me that I needed to think of something. Cursive, that little piece, this card here has got some cursive writing on. I've got a picture of my mum and dad there. That was actually on their honeymoon. So there's my dad. My dad's no longer with us. He died, 13 years ago now. Still got my mum. I've got more cursive writing because I wasn't sure what I'm going to do. I've got some papers that I can put. That's not quite cursive, but just some background lettering. And I have got some hearts that I've sewn with my sewing machine because it's my mum and dad. So I thought I'd use hearts. So that's what I'm doing for this one. So I think I've ticked all the boxes. Yeah. So I'm going to just put some background paper down. I know there's quite a few people doing this, and I know not all of you would want to sit and watch me glue things down, but as I say, I'm at a bit of an artistic block at the moment, and so I just thought it would be nice just to do some, I don't mean mindless crafting at all, that's not what I mean, but just where I don't feel I've got to craft every day. I mean, I really enjoyed doing the piece with Amy. I don't think that needs to go all the way, does it? Should we take that bit off? Let's take the gate off. Doing the collaboration with Amy, it's always fun working with somebody else, I think, and we've made each other giggle doing it. I think I'll put that paper there. Yeah. But I just wanted to do something for a bit that wasn't for anybody else, and it's just for me. And like I say, we're away next week, so I think once I come back, I'll be feeling all nice and refreshed, and I'll have all these ideas popping in my little head. Did I want to put that house down first? It's too late now, isn't it? Too late came the cry. I can put the house, I think I'm going to put the house a bit lower. There's no reason why I've got to cover all of the card, is there? And there's no reason why that can't go that way, is there? I think I'm going to do it like that, you know. I don't think there's rules. There can't be rules on this because it's my picture. I thought of all sorts of things for the plug. I think Barbie on hers, I think she used a bathtub, and that has a plug, doesn't it? Oh, it was so funny, hers. She has absolutely fantastic images as well that she finds. I think she must have lots of books and magazines and things. I'm really getting through this magazine as well for sticky pages. I love this house. Absolutely love it. Anyway, I would love to live in it. It's just the sort of house that I really like. A little bit, maybe gothic, I don't know. I like houses that are a bit different. I'd love to have lived in, or to live in, an Art Deco house. That would be absolutely amazing. I'm not gonna, or maybe I will, I'll shove it up the top. So let me just check that what I've got. I've got something that has a plug. I'm using the flower. A house, a member of your family, my lovely mum and dad, piece of a letter or a postcard, stitching and cursive. Yeah, I've got them all. So I'm going to put mum and dad kind of there. I can have the letter on there. I mean, these pictures won't mean anything to anybody else, will they? You know, I'm going to have the flower there. 1, 2, 3. I like that. And then I just wanted to put the little hearts. Do I want to cut that down a bit, do you think? So I've got that one that's got 3 on, but that's not quite long enough. I think I'm just going to trim this a little bit. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't know what you think of that, but that's it. That makes me smile. My mum and dad look very happy. Which you'd want them to do on the honeymoon, wouldn't you? I could have used that one. Hang on a minute, folks. I think I prefer that one. I've got a sticky bit of paper. Do I prefer that one? See, I'm being really indecisive now, aren't I? And I've touched that. I can't get it off my finger now. I thought I might put that on there with an old postage stamp on. Yeah, I'm going to use this one. Changed my mind. My glue stick's almost empty, but you'll be pleased to know I have a standby. Then I'll have to go back to my blank page, won't I? Right, so I'm going to put that on there. Like that. I don't know if that's level or not. And I'm going to put this postage stamp on it. My glue is empty. That's in the bin. Oh, sticky fingers. I might need to just go and wipe my fingers before I do the next one. Otherwise, everything's just going to stick to me, isn't it? that on there. So my mum and dad, they got married in 1957. And my dad died in 2010. So that's going to go on there. Yep, I like that. I've backed this because I didn't know if I was going to use it as a flip or something. You know, I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do. I'm just using a bit stronger glue than... And then that is going to go on there like that. And that shows my mum's love of flowers. My mum's always loved flowers. She loves a garden. Oh, gosh. Sticky. She loves her garden. I'm going to put that on there first, across there. I'm going to use the stronger glue again. And my mum likes to get out in a garden, and I take her to the garden centre, and every year she says, I'm not filling my pots this year. I'm just going to have it as it is. And then, you know, she's, Carol, could you just take me to the garden centre? She doesn't do much else, bless her, so I like that. I do like that. And it's fitting that it's next to my city, because my dad always had to take me in when we went to the fair. So I think I must have been thinking I want them next to each other, because if I hadn't done that, Mum and Dad would have been next to number 9. It doesn't matter, does it, if they're out of sync? Hey ho, these things happen. So I will just double check that I've got everything on there, but I think that I have. I've got something that has a plug, and I know it's a long shot, but I'm calling that a plug. It's a plant plug. A house, a photo of my mum and dad, a piece of letter or a postcard, stitching, real or drawn, and cursive. So I've done that one as well. Now they are sticky. So I'm just going to put a piece of baking non-stick stuff that you put in your oven. Don't know what it's called. And I'll have to do number 9 on this page because I'm a nitwit. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Okay. So number 9 is something that hangs on a wall, a clothing accessory, a road sign, sneezing again, a pattern with stripes, a sticker from fruit or vegetable, and the bonus is a list. So, something with stripes. I'm going to use this paper because that has stripes. So that's going to be my whole background page. Is that cheating? I don't think it is. Can't cheat when it's your own thing, can you? And I guess that's the joy of these. It's your interpretation, or my interpretation, nobody else's. You might think I've gone a bit nuts though with the next bit. That's probably nowhere near straight, but it's okay. Right. So I had to think of something that was hanging on the wall. And this is where I've kind of gone off-piste a little bit. That doesn't seem to have any glue in the middle there. I think it's because I've got things on the other side. I'm just going to add a bit of extra glue. I do like this book that I'm using, but it is quite greedy on glue. Actually, I think it's a pattern in the paper that makes it look as if it's bobbling when it's not. The something that hangs on a wall. Now, I thought about this for a long time and I couldn't think of anything. And what kept going through my mind was the song that I sang as a kid. And that song was about 10 green bottles hanging on a wall. Well, they're hanging on a wall. I don't know why they hang on the wall. I did try and Google the song, but it didn't make an awful lot of sense. There was no rhyme or reason why 10 green bottles were hanging on the wall. But that's what I've gone with, because all I could think, once I'd thought 10 green bottles, I could not think of anything else. So my hanging on the wall is going to be 10 green bottles. I have got 10. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have got 10 green bottles. It's gonna fraggle my brain a bit getting them all stuck on, but I have got 10 green bottles. A label. What was it? Something that hangs on the wall. A list. Well, that's kind of a list. The label from fruit or veg. I've looked on all my apples and oranges and I don't have anything, so I'm going to put that on there. And I think that can go on first, actually. So I've used a digital label from a can of, I think the blackberries. Yeah, from a tin of, or a can of blackberries. So that's my fruit label. That's on. Okay. I wanted that to go on because it's the list. And I did have another road sign. I've lost my road sign. I've got a pink one as well, but I thought that blended in too much. The road sign is a bit wiggly for the next 4 miles. And I thought if you've drunk all this beer, you're going to be a little bit wiggly. So that, I think, will go on. I've got my 10 green bottles. I've also got this road sign. I live in Nottingham, but I think it might be a little bit too much if I add that one as well as the green bottles. And the clothing accessory is a bag, and I'm going to hang that on the bottle. So I think that might be too much, but we'll think about it. So I think I'm going to start with this bottle. They're going to have to overlap each other to fit on the page, which is why I'm thinking I might struggle a bit. So that one can go a bit higher. I think I will put that down, the list down. Otherwise it's not, because I want it behind the bottles, don't I? So that can go there. I don't know where I want the... I think I might need to put that one on there now, because it'll be easier to place, I think. I want it at a little jointy angle. There we go. Let's just put them down, shall we? So I mean, I thought of all sorts of things. I thought of pictures, mirrors, lights, things that hang on the wall. But it just seemed a bit too obvious. I wanted to do something a bit different. And as I say, all I could think, once I'd got 10 green bottles going on, that was it. That was it. Don't know if I'm going to run out of space and not have enough room to put my bottles. That's 3. I think I would probably want yeah, let's put that one there. Kind of there. Oh, I don't know. I don't think I want that one just there. Oh no, it's stuck. I think it's going to have to go there, you know. Do it a bit lower so it shows up, because it is smaller than that other bottle. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. That one there. 6. 7. That's how I wanted it, I think. So 10 green bottles hanging on the wall. And if one green bottle should accidentally fall, where was I going to put that then? Is it going to go there? I haven't stuck this one down yet, have I? Oh dear me. Trying to fit 10 bottles in. Do that one a bit higher. A bit further across. I want to get mine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do this one next. Sometimes difficult, isn't it, to think which order you need things to go in. So I'm going to put that one there. Do my handbag next. Handbags and glad rags. I do find it difficult to think about what I want to do. I know some people seem to find this quite easy. Did I want that poking over? Oh dear, Carol. That looks better, doesn't it? Like that. Left the lid off that glue, that's fatal. Let me just lift this carefully. Oops, torn it a bit, but that's okay, because I think I'm going to put my road sign. So I think if you drunk the contents of these 10 green bottles, it won't be the bottles that were accidentally falling, it'd probably be you. There we go. Yeah. Oh gosh, my fingers, folks, they are just so sticky right now. 9. And the last one in that corner there. 10 green bottles. I wonder if anybody else has had the same idea. I don't think I want to put that on as well because I think it's just too much. But I'm going to save it because you never know, it might come in for another one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've got 10 green bottles hanging on the wall. I've got a label for fruit. I've got a road sign that's gone a bit wonky donkey. Who cares? I've got my list. Let's start again. Something that hangs on the wall, 10 green bottles. Clothing accessory, the bag. Road sign, that one. Pattern with stripes is the background. Sticker from fruit, and the bonus is a list. So I have done it. So I don't know what you think of my 10 green bottles hanging on the wall, but I will find a number 9 to go on there. And then we've got Mouse City, and then we've got the one with my mum and dad. So I'm going to leave those to dry because they are very sticky. And I'm going to go back off now and look at I'm stuck with number 10. Something related to a sport, a gate or a fence, line of poetry, numbers, an old sticky note, and something that starts with the letter C. Hey ho. Okay, so that's me. I will catch you when I'm back next week. And I hope you like the videos that I've got coming out while I'm away. So take care, folks. Bye.